Good morning or good afternoon, people. Welcome back to Lessons Beyond the Classroom. And today I have got the lovely Amir with me. And we are currently in Koh Phangan in Thailand. So firstly, can you introduce yourself? What's your name? Where are you from? And what is your story in 60 seconds?
For sure. Thank you for having me on your podcast. My name is Amir. I'm originally from Iran, but I kind of spent all my 20s in Canada, Vancouver. And then I'm 37 right now, so I started my 30s in California, living in the US. And now I'm in Koh Phangan with you, and I'm excited
Life
for
is
this
good.
conversation. Yeah, life is much better than it used to be.
Nice.
Yes. And my story is it's a long journey, but like I said, I was born in Iran in like a family of four, and had a very average, like a middle class kind of lifestyle for until my 20s, and then that was when I moved to Canada with my first girlfriend. We were together. We met each other when I was like 17. We both moved to Canada together. I went to engineering school there. I studied engineering for 5 years, and then I started working, and like a normal life, hanging out with friends, partying, and doing what a 20-year-old would do. And then around when I was turning 30, I got a job offer at Tesla.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I was like, this opportunity. I moved once from Iran to Canada when I was 20. I built all these social network for myself for 10 years. And then I had to let everything go again and move to another country. So I moved for Tesla, and it was hell of an experience. It was really life changing. It changed a lot for me. And then it was about 7 months ago that I quit my job.
Same.
Yes.
Nice.
And started traveling. And I'm here right now in Koh Phangan. But in between, a lot of things happened that made this happen.
Okay. And we're going to get into that shortly.
Yes, I guess.
Very nice.
Should. Yes.
Cool.
So it was like about 2 years ago when I was, it was around like 4 or 5 in the morning that I was just driving to work, and I got this phone call from a family member, and they told me that if we tell you to come to Iran, would you be able to make it? Your mom is really sick, and you have to, they're like, it's better for you to come. I was like, what is going on? What's up with her? And nobody told me anything, and nobody kind of knew anything at that point. She was just in the hospital, but they were suspicious of cancer. And then it was a Wednesday morning, and I went to work. I talked to my manager. I started crying, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And my manager was nice enough to tell me, just pack up and go. And by Saturday night, I went from California, living in my bubble. Within like 3 days, I went in the middle of Tehran after like 17 years. That I've been back for like short periods of 2 weeks, but like this happening, I usually like you plan things, and it was just change of scenery. Like I went boom into the hospital to be with my mom, and that's when like the biggest shift of my life started. Within a few days, I just naturally starting taking the lead of her medical care and everything. I got really involved. I was like, it was as if I was in a mission to save her. And then the results would come, that is like stage 4 lung cancer, metastatic to all her bones and everything. It was really advanced. And everybody was saying, this is too late. Almost whoever I talked with told me this is a terminal disease, and there's no survival. But something inside me was like, I didn't care what they say. I would like every day I would wake up and see what I have to deal with, and I would deal with it to make sure she has the the best experience that you can. And then it was during that 4 months that I basically, in the process of serving her and giving service to her, to make sure this, whatever that is going to happen, I got to put 100% of myself, maybe like 1,000% of myself. And the amount of potential and the strength that I showed during that time, it was really changing for me. Like when I came back, when my mom passed away after 4 months, and then when I came back, I was sitting in the Tesla factory and I was thinking by myself, oh my God, you were exposed to a new realm of oncology and cancer and stuff, and you were like, I would talk to doctors, and the doctors, after like 2 minutes, they're like, are you a physician? I was like, no, I'm an engineer. I had so much knowledge.
Wow.
I was like, I did so much, and it was as if that for like the past 15 years, I was just preparing myself in terms of knowledge, in terms of network. And like, so for example, everything that we were doing, every process that we were doing for my mom, I would check it with like a doctor in London, a doctor in Canada, a few doctors in US, a bunch in like, and doors were opening for me. Whatever I wanted, it was there. I was so present. I never experienced being present. What does it even mean? It was just like, I had one thing in the morning, I wake up, what does my mom need?
Yeah.
And if you've seen cancer patients, every day something new comes up. Like you take care of their, like, I don't know,
just one problem
case,
after another.
Yeah, there's just another thing just pops up and you are like, what should I do? And I was handling this, and I was handling the whole family to make sure like everybody is like sane, and also like, I was handling a lot of things, and it was like, oh my God. I went back, I sit with my manager, and I told him, you are using 20% of my potential here in this office. Like, I'm just here, an engineer, something breaks in the factory, in the production line, I take my laptop, I go, but I have potential of problem solving. I was saving a human life. I know how to handle chaos like that. I'm so good like communicating with people. Maybe my EQ is even higher than my IQ, and I'm very undervalued here. It's not about the money. It's I had this golden handcuffs working at Tesla with like all the stocks and all the things that they give you, all the perks. But what was my impact? I was like, if life is that short that within like 4 months I can lose my mom, and like this thing happens like this, why am I here for? Like, what am I doing? So every day I had this challenge, and something that really organically happened to me after like about a month that my mom passed away. I was at a party, and this 22-year-old girl takes me to the rooftop and we start laying down at like for 5-6 a.m. and she was just, have you meditated before? I was like, no. And she was, how do we do it? She was like, just look at the clouds and see how they're moving and start breathing. Like they're like your thoughts. And I started like breathing for the first time.
Really, but like conscious breathing.
Consciously.
Yeah.
It was like, wow. And then I just felt this peace in myself, and it was as if it was giving me a connection to my mom.
Wow.
And I was like, this is what I want. And then that experience opened the door for me to get exposed to the whole journey that I took these 2 years.
Wow.
And there's much more in it, but
yeah.
So this is how things went for me.
And this is what's brought you to now. The goal is being a meditation / like life coach.
Yes, that's wow. So over these like 2 years, I developed. So the journey unfolded. It was the big portion of the journey was me dealing with the grief, and I was really so basically meditation was my medicine to like I was like I wanted to go deeper and deeper, because the deeper I would go, I would like feel her more. And then the doors, just after I started meditating, the doors just open one after each other. Once I started not to identify myself with my thoughts and being a little bit of observer of them, and then I would just find another book, another podcast, and then I go talk to ChatGPT for hours and be like, what is this that I became really curious.
Yeah.
One of the other reasons was, before having cancer, my mom was, for about like 10 years, she was dealing with depression. And I feel like something back of my head was saying, if she was not dealing with depression, maybe she was not exposed to cancer, because that could be. But it's one of the things, but we don't know.
No.
But then I was just curious about this mental health. I kept seeing, what are these voices in my head? What do they want? What is happening? Why are they like? The more I got separated from them and I was able to look at them, and then I became curious about them. And then I got exposed to like different types of psychology practices that they help you have a conversation with your voices.
Wow.
Yeah, there is like there's this practice psychology branch called IFS, internal family systems. I started doing that, and then I would sit with AI, with ChatGPT, and be like, okay, you become the people pleaser voice, and I'll become me, and let's have a chat.
Didn't even know it could do that.
Yeah,
you can get it to be a specific person and respond in that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I told him, I told him my story, and the more I meditated, the more I remembered from my childhood.
Wow.
But maybe back in the day, if you asked me, do you remember you were 6, 7, 8 years old, what you were doing, what happened, I wouldn't remember. My latest memory was like my first relationship at 17, 18, which I really had a bad experience, and it was a bad breakup, and it was just like a really traumatic thing, and I blamed everything on that, and I thought that was where everything started. But no, everything started when I was like 5.
So you feel like you gained more memory, like you could dive deeper in. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it just one thing after each other happened to me, different experiences, and then I got exposed to more spirituality practices. I got started working like yoga and like more different types of meditation.
Breathwork and things like that?
Breathwork just lately I started, and it's really helping.
Powerful.
Really powerful. And then the more, I feel like every experience that you have, it comes with like an emotion and a wisdom.
Yeah.
And if you're able to handle and let go of that emotion, because emotions it's something moving, they're transient.
Yeah.
You can work with your emotions and just release them, work with them, and just make them have less power on you. And the less you do this, the wisdom shows more.
Okay.
So this, for the grief, the experience of losing my mom, it was like a very, very powerful experience, and it was the emotion of it. It was so much, because we had such a close relationship. Like, I was like, my mom was everything for me. Like, basically, all my life purpose was around, since I was a kid, it was around saving her. It was around to be a good son for her, and to make her happy. And then all of a sudden, bam, she was not there. And Eckhart Tolle says the dark night of the soul is the state that something happens, usually through suffering, that you enter that space that you are like, what am I doing here? What is now? Like, she's gone. Like, what am I holding on to right now?
Yeah.
And so during that process, I developed, I feel like the more I let go of the grief and the emotion, the wisdom came, and I'm at the point that I really want to share that wisdom with people,
Nice.
which is that's how
Lovely
it's been
stuff.
rolling for me. Yes.
Good man. Thank you for sharing that. Do
No problem.
you have anything else to say, or shall I ask some questions?
You can ask questions.
Yeah.
I'll share.
Cool. Well, that was a powerful start. So thank you very much for sharing that.
Sorry, it was a
Is this,
little long.
have you shared this before on like a podcast, or is this like the first
No,
time?
this is the first time.
Okay. I feel privileged. Thank you.
No problem.
So we've introduced ourselves, and anyone listening for me, I'll just say very quickly, my name is Mr. Hodge, and thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm a teacher. I'm living in Koh Phangan. I also quit my job around 9 months ago, so we're on a similar journey, and life is good. So I won't get into too much because I want to talk more about you. So tell me about life before the trauma period. I feel like we've discussed that a bit about, like, you work for Tesla. Like how was that? Like what was life like before this trauma period happened?
Yeah, life was kind of good. My biggest worry was summertime. Am I gonna go to Ibiza, or am I gonna do party in Mykonos?
Yeah,
You know?
that was the worry.
That was my concern. Or like my other concern was like, oh, everyone else is getting married and I'm single. When am I gonna meet? These were like the things that I was worrying about, and I was dealing a lot with like boredom, and like I was getting bored at home and doing what, and then very materialistic. There was like when I first moved from Canada to US. I feel like I went with like around probably negative $100,000, $150,000 debt of like a student loan, and like because surviving all those.
Yeah.
And then when I started working for Tesla, it just flipped around. And then I had more capability to travel. I went to Europe here and there, just traveling. But somewhere deep in me, I was looking for more meaning. Yeah. Even back then, before the trauma. Because I feel like there is like something when you grow up, especially past 30, naturally, even without having traumas and stuff, you start questioning some of the things. You grow up. The more you grow up, and I was like, I was searching for meaning once, but I had a hard time finding it.
Through maybe like material things?
Yes, I would just...
relationships?
It was for the first time that I had money in my bank account. And I was just...
It's exciting.
It was really exciting, and I bought like a Rolex for myself. I bought like brand shoes and stuff, but...
It only lasts a while.
Yes, I went wild for a few times, but then it was deep inside. I didn't feel fulfilled. I didn't feel that this is who I am, because I'm from like an average family. It was really funny one time that it really hit me. I went to Dubai with my parents and my brother, and I was wearing these Louboutin shoes and like a Rolex watch, hanging out with my parents, and I noticed they have no understanding of these things. They're like very chill.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Or they're not impressed type thing.
They don't care at all. And I was like, I'm from this family, and I just want to be someone else just because of the environment of California. Everybody is like materialistic.
Is it very much like that?
Yes. And it was like really struggle. I really struggled during that time.
You're like walking around with your family like, look at my watch.
So I had those eras as well. But life generally was like, in a materialistic way, it was really flashy.
But maybe a little bit like shallow. Your life wasn't super deep.
Yes.
And then the crazy thing is, once you, like, how do I put it? Once, like for me, I was never like materialistic or anything, I would say, because I never had that much money anyway. Right. But like for me, when I was living in New Zealand for a couple of years, I started I was looking for something, because my trauma was breaking my leg. So I broke my leg, and football was taken away from me, which was like my identity. So like I went through this period of like transition where I'm like, there must be something else. Like, I don't want to do football anymore, but like, what is there out there? And you just try things. Tried Muay Thai, tried kickboxing, blah, blah, blah. Went traveling, tried Camp America, loved it.
Yeah.
Then I went to New Zealand and like ended up living there. But then I was still like looking for something. And then I just finished university, so I started partying and going out in New Zealand. It was amazing. Like, you know, going out and getting paid to drink on a bar crawl out when you're like 21. I was like, this is amazing. But then it was like 6 months in maybe. I remember waking up with like the worst hangover ever. And I was lying there looking up the ceiling in this hostel. I was just thinking, this isn't it. Like, there's more than this. And I was like maybe 22 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I need to do something in my life. Like, traveling's great, going out and partying's great. But like, I knew there was something more, like what you said. Like, there's always like that point. It might come for some people at 40.
Yes.
Some people might not get it till they're 50 and have a midlife crisis. Some people get it at 20. Yeah. For me, I feel like I had it quite young. I don't feel like many 22-year-olds start like to even think about drinking and stuff. It's just what you do. But I just thought there's more than this. And then that was when I said, what can I do in my life that like gives me more meaning? I started asking these questions. And once you ask them questions, there's no going back. You know, like the self-development books come, the audio books, the podcast. That's when I got into like jiu-jitsu, which like just transformed everything for me, because that was like the catalyst. Yes. You know, like yours is meditation. Yes. I assume everyone's got like their own thing. Yes. And that catapults you in like a completely new direction. Yeah. So I guess anyone listening, maybe you're going through that period of like asking questions, or like maybe you haven't got to it yet, but it'll come. It'll come. It will come. And that might be a good thing. It might be a really negative thing at first. And I feel like even when it's a negative thing, eventually you don't realise at the time, but it becomes a good thing. Yeah. It's hard to see at the time, isn't it? Yeah. But like, I'm not saying it's what's happened is a good thing, but it's a powerful thing for you, and it's obviously changed your life and took the blinkers off, 100%. Or whatever you want to call it.
100%. Yeah, I'm like, I could never imagine to be like, this might sound weird, but a trauma that big, I don't want to call it a suffering that huge of like losing a loved one. Yeah. I could never imagine that becomes the door or the gateway for me to just open up. You know, it's just it's hard maybe sometimes to say it, but I sometimes say I'm so grateful for even this experience. Yeah. Because I feel like this was how, this might sound spiritual, but like how God wanted me and everybody else around me to have this awakening. Yeah. And my mom was like, she had so much love that she left in our hearts that it just, I learned how to live with her. Like right now, like everywhere I go, whenever I'm present, whenever I'm true with myself, I'm not in my head, I feel her. And it's just, yeah, every day I miss her less and less. Oh. And I live with her. It's really cool. And I feel like, yeah, those traumas are really, like I said, if you can get rid of the emotions of them and just the wisdom of them comes out, like for you did. Yeah. And it can be changed.
I feel like we live in a little bubble until you have a trauma, and like, doesn't matter who you are or how much money you've got or whatever, like you will have trauma or challenges, and like it comes in different shapes and forms for everyone, and I think everyone's trauma is completely different, and it's never good to like say, oh, my trauma is worse than yours, or like it's never like a comparison, because just because someone else's whatever's happened to them doesn't mean that yours is like insignificant, and vice versa. But what was I going to say then? I just lost topic.
Yeah, just to add to what you're saying, I always tell everyone this. So trauma sometimes is like a slap in the face. For me, it was like,
like a hit a truck.
It was like, oh, okay, what am I doing in this world? Why am I here? But unfortunately, sometimes not everyone has the same capacity. Unfortunately, sometimes traumas can take the other way. Not everyone gets to
see it as a positive and flip it.
Yes, they don't have the capacity for it. Yeah. And the capacity comes from, I feel like, how much access you have to love around you. That's a really big thing. For me, I was really in a lovely family love was really accessible for me, and I feel like that love kind of helped me guide me through there. That's why one of the reasons I want to pursue life coaching is to help people that they don't have that capacity, because not everyone has it. You were really lucky that you had the wisdom and the maturity, or I don't know what your background was, that helped you to right away from your trauma build something. But some people get drowned in their traumas, and then they just get sucked in. They don't have the support that they need. They don't have
the mental capacity to deal with it and get over the initial, like, you know, because in that first month, like you said, you were going partying. I'm assuming that first month was probably the hardest.
Exactly.
So maybe you were dealing with it with drinking and stuff, and then some people just end up in a hole where you got like that moment of, you know, magic, whatever you want to call it, from this girl. Do you still know her now?
No.
No? Wow, she was an angel.
Yeah,
must have been an angel, man. Not everyone gets that, or can get through, because obviously it's going to be really, really difficult to deal with. But also I think these conversations can be are really powerful. So just having these conversations for those people that might be listening, they might really need it. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Nice. Cool. So tell me about your life before trauma period. Talk us through what you went through. I think we've covered that, I think. Tell us how you navigated this period, like the positive, negatives. Do you think there were behavioral changes and habits? Do we think we've covered that?
No, actually, in the process of, so one thing is that I have this engineering mind, which is really helping me connecting everything and like all the way through.
Like problem solving, man.
Yes, both problem solving and like integrating everything. So I kind of kept track of my my growth, like whatever that happened in a journey. For example, it was like, first I told you it was like meditation and different types of meditation, and then psychology, and then like spirituality, and then like different gurus and different teachers and different books. And then the more I started knowing myself, the pattern and habits, like just without me really trying, they changed. Because, for example, I noticed one of my biggest, they call it shadows, but it's one of the things that I was dealing with growing up. It was the feeling of unworthiness. So I remembered when I was like 6 years old kid. I'm a younger kid in the family. My brother is like 8 years older than me. And my parents, he was the first kid. My parents were too young when they were like married, and they didn't know how to handle him. They really wanted this proper kid, but he was like all over the place, ADHD, whatever. And they had a really hard time handling him. And then when he was a teenager, I was like a 6-7 year old, which that is the very important
crucial
stage that your brain and your subconscious starts like shaping your beliefs and your values start. And then I would see my mom. So for example, my brother goes to a party or like have like bad friends and get into trouble. And then my mom, she didn't have the capacity to handle that. And then she would just in front of me cry and like shake and stuff. And as a little kid, all I wanted was like attention. I wanted my mom to love me.
It was taken away a little bit.
And I was like, what can I do not to make sure this doesn't happen to her? And I started thinking I'm not lovable, I'm not enough. That's when I started like making these narratives in my head that I'm only enough if I do 1,000% for people. I'm only enough if I become a good son. I'm only enough if I get good grades. I'm only enough and lovable only. And there's all these conditions. It went to my subconscious, that all these narratives. And then I did everything around this belief that was just for no reason.
And you think these were formed when you were as young as 6?
Yeah, as young as, usually they form that early because of your experiences. Because they say mind is like a big brother to the heart. So when you're a kid, and you start feeling things, have some emotions like loneliness or like unworthiness or unlovable, then that's the moment you're a little kid sitting in the corner feeling scared or like losing, oh, what if I lose my mom and she doesn't love me anymore? What if I'm not loved? And then your mind comes to help you with these narratives. It's like, don't worry, little kid, we're gonna make sure that we become a really good kid and become really good at school and like, because you know what makes your mom happy. And then we do this, we please people, and then you create this people pleaser, this achiever, this all these sub-personalities, and then your ego starts shaping. And then to get back to your question, it was like, I noticed I've been looking for validation for a whole time of my life. Just because there's a kid inside me that just felt not enough and thinks he's not lovable, even though I am lovable. Just being the you as a person, just by being, you're enough.
Wow.
Just being is enough. And there's no condition for that. And then I noticed in all my relationships with like dating and like dating from this girl to the other girl, it was just validation. There was no meaning. So once I figured this out about myself, I naturally stopped doing the bad habits that I used to have. I stopped running away from myself with drinking and like doing like extensive drugs and stuff. I stopped just going on online dating and just matching with someone just to spend the night or like have something with them. So it's just naturally those like habit changes started unfolding, and now I have more control around what I want to do. I'm more conscious, I feel like, and that's the goal. So before I pick this drink, I know the consequences. I know I'm very conscious about it. I'm not just picking and drinking because I just want to get numb and not remember what happened. You know what I'm saying? So this is how the habits actually changed for me.
And do you feel like with is it from like age 30 plus where you were meditating, and that's when through the meditation you've looked back at this inner child stuff? Is this when you've started to realize these things?
Actually, after my mom passed away, it was like around like a year or two before this thing happens. It was like when I felt a little empty with like spending money and going here and there. I was searching meaning. I started therapy, just a normal regular therapy, and I got exposed to the feeling of self-love. I was like, why do I not? I figured I don't love myself, and I was digging there, and then this trauma happened, and then meditation, and then after meditation, just everything started unfolding. It's just being curious about your patterns and your personalities. You notice, oh, I'm a people pleaser. Why? Because then I noticed that all the personalities, all the habits, whatever addiction that you guys have, they are a system to protect you. They are protecting something.
Yeah.
And that something is an emotion, is a feeling that you don't like to feel. And usually it's from your childhood, or maybe later, but like something in some feeling, some emotion, some energy, you don't want that, like the feeling of loneliness, the feeling of unworthiness. You just don't want that in your system because your body doesn't like it. And you built all these like protectors to help like shove it down and suppress it and not letting to take over your system. And that's why once I realized this, I was like, I became curious, and then I noticed the next level after curiosity is compassion. It's just that you be able to see your patterns, you be able to see the voices in your head and tell them, I see you, I love you. I don't need your protection anymore. I'm 37. I've so much experience. I'm not a 7-year-old. Some of your personalities, they don't even know how old you are.
Yeah.
They think you're like a little 7-year-old kid that still needs protection, and they're protecting you like crazy. But then you raise above them. Like it's just through the practices, through like it's the daily work. It's a deal. I'm not saying just meditation. Meditation is like an opening, because meditation is a direct practice of controlling your attention.
Yeah.
You can do it with other things, other sports, because when you get, like you said, jiu-jitsu, for example, it's a physical thing. In that 1 hour, you're out of your mind and you are like with your body, so it gives you a good connection to your body. But if you want something like direct, is like literally, it's like, for example, for your biceps, you do this workout, and then for attention, you do meditation.
Yeah.
It's a workout of the mind. And so it really helped me, it opened a lot of doors for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite cool. Like as I said, I mentioned before, like I have done a bit of meditation. For me, like I definitely struggle with like hyperactivity. Like you've probably gathered that. You know, it's like a superpower. I've got so much energy, and people say to me like, "Wow, how are you doing so much stuff like all the time?" And like, you know, PE teacher, I'd be bouncing around all day and like 100 mile an hour and full of beans, and then like I will crash hard. When I do crash, it's like instant. But I did do meditation for a bit, and like I got the taste where like I was sitting there for like 15-20 minutes sometimes. I was doing like 10 minutes a day, which for me is hard. Like it was really hard at first. And we even done as a group one time, I think it was, he didn't tell us, he said, we're going to do a meditation, sit down. And we didn't know how long it was. I think it was nearly an hour, which for me was really, really hard, even just to sit still. And my mind was just telling me all these things, like it must have been 10 minutes, it must be 20 minutes now. God, that must be 20. It's a lot. Just all this thing, like putting a time on it. But it got to a point where I think maybe like 30 minutes in, and I went, and like just settled into it. And it was like I could have stayed there for a lot longer. And I think it is such a powerful thing. And I keep saying I want to get back into it. But like, for me, it's not that you should do it when you're going through a bad period. I feel like even when you're going through a good time in life and everything's fine and in order, it just keeps things in order. So I should be doing it. I say all these things, I just need to practice what I preach. Like, I don't think meditation is just for people who are in trauma. I think it's for anybody, just to organise your thoughts. And like, when I was doing it daily, I was having quite creative thoughts and like new ideas coming through, and after like 5-10 minutes of just like breathing and sitting there and just paying attention to me breathing, I'd be like, right, okay, I'm ready for this day now. Like I'm not, before I even left my bedroom, I'm grateful, just like smiling, just thinking this is amazing, like I'm alive, I can breathe, I've got a house, I've got a family, you know, everything you need. Whereas you wouldn't think like that if you just get up out of bed and go and put the telly on. So it is really, really powerful. And I'm looking forward to doing another one in a bit. We did a little meditation just before this started, just to calm us down, because I've had a coffee. I don't know if you have, but it was nice.
Yes. And one thing, like over time, I feel like there are stages to it. So you start with the direct practice, and then once it becomes your identity a little bit, so you become a meditator, then almost every action that you do can be a meditation.
Eating slowly, things like that.
You're just eating slowly, or like walking, or like even when you're creating content, or like whatever that you're doing.
Just doing it consciously.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're just it's just that distance, that little gap between who you are and your voices. So a lot of people, unfortunately, they identify, the problem is our consciousness is usually like, it identifies itself either with the voices in our head or the emotions that we have or our body, you know? And it's just to be able to create that gap. So every time that you're like agitated, and you just have a reminder that, okay, relax. I'm the one in the back. I'm the observer. I'm the experiencer. I'm not all these things that are happening. And you just step back a little bit. And that step back is just, it's really good for your nervous system. It's good for your body. It's good for your health. It's good for your decisions. It's good for you.
I think one of the reasons I think why I stopped doing it was because I got to a point where I thought, you know what, I feel like I'm good. Like right now, like I'd get up before school and go to the gym anyway, and that was sort of like my time of that. And I was already getting up at 6 a.m. So I thought, do I want to get up at 5:30 and do a meditation as well? And I just decided I didn't want to. But on this course that I went on, his name's Martin Bone. He's like a guy in Liverpool who does meditation courses, what I mentioned before. And I remember like a couple of things that stuck out to me about the meditation is that, like you were saying, it's not just you sitting there. It's like you said, it's in every breath of life. And he gave us little fun challenges. So like one of them was, next time you're in the supermarket, you know, like when everyone's like on a Sunday getting the shopping in, and like there's that person who's like edging in the queue and trying to get in front of you, and it's a bit chaotic. Like I don't know about in America, but the supermarket on a Sunday in England is crazy. And like when someone's like trying to push in front of you and it's a bit crazy, he said, just try and take a breath normally where you'd be trying to rush and you get sucked into it. Just go, you know, breathe and say, go on, you can go in front, mate, and just let everyone like pass by. That was one example, and I practiced it and I was like, it feels nice. It feels nice. And I was like, this is like meditation. And being the really good example is road rage. Someone goes past and starts beeping at you, or like getting right up your backside in the car. Normally you would be in the head and going, go, you know, leg it, whatever, shouting something. Whereas actually you just take a little breath and go, you know, go in front, mate, no problem. Put a little thumbs up to them. And like, they'll probably rag off and start putting fingers up to you. But you feel good. You feel good. So
this practice is, what you're saying is even more powerful than meditation. Because there is this guy, Michael Singer. He's like,
I know him, yeah.
You know Michael Singer?
Surrender Experiment.
Yes.
I've read it, yeah.
So his only practice that he recommends that doing, like this, he encourages meditation, but it's exactly what you described. He calls it relax and release. So he what he mentions is like these little things, like a supermarket experience or road rage and stuff. If you are reactive to those, basically you're adding little things to your energy system. You're just, so for example, like road rage, you pass, if you see the driver is like from some country and you make like prejudice against them and you're just adding stuff on, he calls them low-hanging fruits, which means is like 100% cost, zero benefit. You having like going crazy if someone just passes by like in front of you and you rage on them, this is 100% cost, zero benefit for you. And if you can identify these 0% and 100% cost events and you'll be able to relax and release to them, that's the point that you stop adding stuff in your energy system. And then at the same time, you learn this practice of relaxing and releasing. And then when other things like your traumas,
like triggers,
like the things that come up from inside, not from outside, then you know how to relax. Relax. And then the big ones, like for example, the anger towards my dad, it comes up, but now I know how to relax and release. It might come 100 times, but every time that I relax and release, it's just that block of my that energy that is like
becomes like a response automatically then to just
so you practice,
used to be a trigger.
So you practice with these little things, and then when the bigger things come, you just have a system. This is really powerful.
No, it's crazy. And I think what my teacher I mentioned was saying, probably from the same book, similar teachings, but he would say, don't react, respond. So it's like reacting is like you going, rah, and beeping the horn. Responding is going, right, okay, he's beeping at me. I can't do anything about it. Just relax, let them go. And it's the same situation, two very different feelings could send your day two very different ways. But if it's happening all the time, that's just one example. But it could be like how you respond to a family situation where there's a potential argument, something really silly like your brother, my little brother, who loves stealing the remote and wants to come in the living room and put something on that he wants to watch. And instead of getting sucked into it and going, I'm watching this, just go, right, okay, he can watch that, that's fine, either to join him or to leave, no problem. And same situation, could be an argument, could be an easy fix. That's like how you'd apply it to your own life. So I'm sure people watching this can apply this to many situations in their own. It's powerful stuff, very powerful stuff. Okay, take us through how you navigated this period we've talked about, I feel like it's covered quite a few of these, the turning points of meditation and what it's done for you. I think we've definitely covered that. Those, rebuilding, so why become a life coach? I feel like we've touched on it, but I reckon what go into more detail on that. What's your mission? What's your like aims? What would you like to achieve, say, in the next 5 years or so?
Yes. I feel like my vision is helping more people and raising, I feel like this might sound mystical, but I'm feeling that the frequency of our planet is raising. People are becoming more aware. Like the younger generations are getting more into like some practices that are like more conscious and raises their awareness. So I want to be part of that process of raising the collective consciousness and like helping people. It's just, I have stuff to offer. I have this wisdom and I want to share.
Nice.
I'm feel like few months ago, this is something that I feel like is worth mention. I was like just pulling my hair at work. I was like, this place is not where I should be. I'm at the wrong place. But I didn't have the courage and the power to just take an action and just get out of it for many years.
Is this still Tesla, you mean? Is this with
Tesla, yes.
Yeah.
So I would go in the factory, even though I was getting really good, high paid and everything, but I knew I don't belong here. I'm more than this. I want to have more impact. I'm like, this is not me. This is not my passion. And then this self-development work, it just, once you connect with your real self, your true self, the true self has some characteristics. True self is really calm. Your higher self is really courageous. It's present, is patient. And then the more you have access to it, you just develop this power to take action. And I feel like it just brought me to the point that I really let go of the fears and took action and just quit my job and just starting.
Feels good, doesn't it?
It feels really good. It is, you might, because you're diving into a very unclear
unknown.
Yeah, you're diving in an unknown, but something in your heart.
You've got to follow it.
Yes. You have access to the signal of your heart, your intuition, and then you feel like this is the right thing. So my goal, to answer your question, is to help more and more people and just leave something behind.
Nice.
And raising the awareness. And then at the same time, participate in life. I really want to enjoy my life too. I want to be present. I want to be open. I want to connect. I want to just enjoy. I want to laugh. I want to cry. I want to feel every emotion that is out there. Live my life to the fullest. And creativity is one of the areas, one of the other aspects of the self that you want to create. So I want to create. And so these are my plans.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. And I think for a lot of people listening, like I really hope, my hope with these podcasts is like the stuff that we talk about, the topics are really powerful. And I know that they could help a lot of people. The problem or the challenge is getting it out there and getting it seen by the right people. But I know for a fact that if this got seen by people, say in America, who are working in nice corporate, nice salary jobs, because, you know, whatever, it doesn't have to be Tesla, nice packages, like you said, where you get looked after.
Golden handcuffs.
Golden handcuffs, yeah, exactly. So it's even harder then to go and take that leap and quit. Like, you know, me as a teacher, I definitely wouldn't have been on as good money as what you were, but it was a secure job,
Yeah.
you know, it had a pension.
Yeah.
I was, you know, getting my fulfillment in some ways because I was helping kids, which was my mission, you know, to help inspire people, and that's what I love doing. But again, there was like something in there that was like, this isn't it. Like, it's okay, it's good, but like, don't ever just settle for good, because there's more. And it's not being like ungrateful, it's or anything like that, because like I would hate people listening to think, oh, you had a really nice job, and you're saying you want more. It's not like looking for more in that way. It's like knowing that you're capable of more and knowing that you've got more to give. And like, you're not looking for more like as in a higher job of the next pay scale. You're looking at, how can I give my passions, give my knowledge, my wisdom to help other people, which is powerful.
Yes. Yeah, it's just following your heart. Some people, like me, I feel like I didn't have access to my heart before I start the journey of self-development. That's why I really want to work in the mental health and wellness realm is to give people and my clients access to the signals that the heart sends, because heart center, your heart is where your soul lives. It knows everything. That the whole universe is in your heart. And then the signal, like it's proven in neuroscience that like the electromagnetic signal that your heart dissipates is like 5,000 times more than your head, more your mind, your brain. And there is nervous system that communicates heart to mind. These are all like research. And it's not just spiritual, it's more like neuroscience and science. So what I feel like we are just have this so many distortions in between that we don't have access to the signal. But once you clear up, once you know everything and you let go and you release and relax and release everything, all these distortions of these like noises to the signal, and you have access to the signal of your heart, that's when you become courageous. That's you're like, no, my heart is saying this is good, not good for me. My heart is saying life is short and you have so much more to offer to this world. Just do it. And then you become courageous and you just do it.
I feel like so many people are shut off from their own heart. Like I feel like I'm really lucky. I don't know why or how or where like I got this from, but I just feel like from a young age I did have that. And like maybe it's from breaking my leg and going through that trauma early, because I was 18 when it happened. But from there, that's when my life went uphill. And like I've done everything that I set out to achieve. Got a university degree, got a second university degree as a teacher. Like something in my heart told me to go and do Camp America, and it just unfolded the way it was meant to for me.
Yes.
Then that led me to meeting friends who said, I'm going to go to New Zealand, do you want to come? And something in my heart said, go and follow that. And I've always just followed it. But some people just don't, like, and it's crazy. They're so out of touch, or they just, see that butterfly then? They're so out of touch with it, and they just don't trust themselves. They don't trust their instinct. They ask too many questions. Like someone will ask me, how are you doing what you do? Like, how are you traveling the world? Like, are you not scared quitting your job? And you try and explain to them, like, you'll be fine, you've just got to follow it. And they're like, what do I follow? Or like, how do, it's just question. And like, you can't answer these questions for them, because you have to find it yourself.
Yes, but so what's as a life coach that I'm trying to work is to guide them. You could be a good companion to them and just show them the way. Yeah. And just sometimes showing the way is just giving them some more knowledge.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just introduce them to some practice that is good for them, because I feel like maybe if I wanted to evaluate your case, I don't know your family background, but the fact that you were connected with your body, because body is like a really big factor, like your nervous system. Someone who has like a more relaxed more safer nervous system, it has more access to the signal of their heart. Yeah. It's not just the mind. Some people are like really, because every person is different from the other one. People have like they're trauma heavy, and they're like they need help with like therapy. They need different practices. Yeah. So that's why I feel like just the guidance to like show them the way. Yeah. And like what you're doing with your podcast, raising the knowledge. These are the ways that people they just need this aha moment. It's like, oh, this guy Matthew is like resonating with me. He's right. Like maybe that they start thinking. It just starts with like a little curiosity. Just start with like a little click in their mind. Oh, and then when you become curious, it just unfolds for you. You reach out to the right person, you go to the therapy, you buy the book that resonates with you, you watch the podcast, you follow Matthew's work, follow me, follow these people, and then it just unfolds.
Follow us.
Subscribe.
You should.
But yeah, that's about it, I guess.
Cool. Okay. Very nice. So rebuild and why become a life coach. And then finishing up really, what is your message? So like, what would you say maybe to someone who's in your position, maybe you're at your lowest point, whatever, they might not be in the same situation, but they might be at that low point. What would your message be? It's a big question.
It's a really big one. I would just say never abandon yourself. Never ever abandon yourself. Because that's the definition of self-love. And you're never alone if you find yourself.
Nice.
You are never alone, because once you connect, you feel something so powerful, so deep, so vast, so endless. The source is within you. And once you start having a connection with it, you will never abandon it anymore. And never give up. Just look for the lesson in every experience that you have. Move on with it and use that wisdom to just rise. I feel like the whole reason that God and like for this experience of living for us is to rise. Just keep rising, rising above your thoughts, rising above your emotions, and become the creator of your life, of your reality.
I always say that.
Yeah,
You are the CEO.
You are
the director.
You are God.
The main actor of your movie.
You are God.
Nice.
Like some people think this is too much, but you are the God of your reality.
In your
your reality.
respect of your reality,
yes, your reality. That's my message.
Nice.
So, never
good
give
man.
up.
Anything else to add? Do you want to maybe share like your Instagram or how people reach you?
Yeah,
your email?
I'll let you put it somewhere in the
Okay.
video too.
Cool. That it? All good?
That's good.
Amazing, man. What a high five.
It was good. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please really help us out. This message or these messages and these conversations only get out there if people leave comments, if they engage by liking, following the podcast. When we share clips on Instagram, if there's a clip or a message that really resonates, or you think I know someone that could really help, do us a massive favor, just send it to them or share it to your story, because like we said, these conversations could potentially save someone's life, and that's not even an exaggeration. We're not talking rubbish talking about football or who's going to win the World Cup. We're not bothered about that. We're talking serious things that can change people's lives, save people's lives, get people thriving. And that's what this is all about. Lessons beyond the classroom, things that you don't get taught in school, how to deal with emotions, how to deal with trauma, all these things that are so much more important than any GCSE. And I'll say that happily as a teacher, because I'm not bothered, because I quit. So have a boss day. Thank you for watching, and take it easy. See you soon. Bye bye, and thank you.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
That was really good.
That was way better than that was. Oh no! What have you done?
My leg.
Your leg.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. Thank you so much for supporting us wherever you are in the world. I hope you have an amazing day. And please don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe. Take it easy.